In today's episode, we will examine the notion of positive illusions and the need to shatter such illusions if we want to bring about change. Two psychologists from the Universitat Bielefeld in Germany conducted the following experiment. They had people watch a stranger conduct a 90-second weather report and were asked to guess his IQ. The weather reporter was asked to guess his own IQ. Even though people knew nothing about the fake weatherman, they made a guess that was 66% more accurate than his. It's not that they were brilliant predictors. It's that he's a lousy self-evaluator. We all are. If self-evaluation hinged on information alone, these findings would have been impossible. But self-evaluation requires interpretation, and we take the rosiest possible interpretation of the facts. You may have heard of studies showing that most of us consider ourselves above average drivers. This is called a positive illusion. Positive illusions cause problems when you're trying to make a change because they make it hard to get a clear picture of where we are and how we need to change. So how do we take away a positive illusion? One way to cut through a positive illusion is suggested in the example of Attila the Accountant. The head of accounting at the Massachusetts Department of Youth Services. Attila was meticulous. Expense reports missing even a single detail would get bounced back to you. When DYS shifted to using vendors in the 70s, the vendors were exposed to Attila's perceived pettiness. The director of planning and deputy commissioner tried to explain to Attila why vendors needed to be better accommodated. But knowledge alone wasn't enough to trigger a change in Attila. So they took Attila on a road trip to see firsthand how busy and distracted the vendors were. Attila saw and felt the precarious financial situation these nonprofits were in. When he held up one of their checks, it could mean delaying payroll, skimping on food, or postponing a doctor's visit for a kid who needed it. Attila got a gut check about the harm his nitpicking was causing. He came back to the office a transformed man, and this was a victory over a positive illusion. Prior to the trip, Attila would have ranked himself among the best accountants. In his mind, accounting was about paying attention to details, maintaining rigorous standards, and resisting political pressure. And by these measures, he was right. Much of the cause of positive illusions is that we measure ourselves using criteria of our own choosing. But experiencing the conditions the social service workers were working in, Attila couldn't help but empathize with them, which gave the lie to his positive illusion. Once Attila felt something, he changed. That outcome should give us hope that we can reach the Attilas in our own lives.